My name is Mr. Tony Ike Agode. I'm here to talk about the StarTime Solar Experience that was recently installed to the present facility I manage. We've had some issues when it comes to powering the facility. We made a contact with the StarTimes company, and on the long run, we're able to get into partnership with them, where they formally installed the current inverter machine. The installation of this very inverter gave us a cut in our costs implications when it comes to the usage in power, both in PHCN and also the diesel purchase to our generator.
Hotels abound everywhere, but when you're looking for a cozy, comfortable, luxury, and environment that will take you to the zenith of your expectations, AMT Presidential Hotels is the place. The rooms are designed to be your home away from home. We have services, both bar, room, and kitchen are all 24 hours. We have an Olympic-sized swimming pool and our gym to keep your body fit. Our staff are excellent as they welcome you with royalty. Come shake your body as our nightclub opens every Friday with Asu Barbecue. Asuya joints available all day. We have a whole capacity of about 1,500 for your occasions. Welcome to AMT Presidential Hotels, Kilometer 5, Ilesha, Owo Expressway, Akure, Ondo State. Telephone 081-4633-5949 and also 1222-6282. AMT Presidential Hotels. Comfort and class redefined.
Ondo State is 50, a land blessed by God, peopled by resourceful and intelligent men and women. Created in February 1976, the state has come a long way. Great leaders have captained the ship, and it has pleased God to put a man with great grace, destined to massively impact the state as captain at this crucial time. His Excellency, Dr. Lucky Orimisan Ayedatiwa. The government and people are excited about a state blessed with resources so abundant to ensure that the people keep enjoying ease. Join the Sunshine State at 50 to praise God as we celebrate a milestone defined by achievements even greater than envisaged by the founding fathers who worked and prayed tirelessly for a state that will lead development of the nation on all fronts. May the next 50 years be defined by unprecedented development. Dr. Taiwo Fashoroti, Secretary to Ondo State Government and Chairman 50th Anniversary Planning Committee, announcer.
A very good evening to you, and you are welcome on another edition of News Diary. News Diary is a compilation of fresh reports and some of the ones that made headlines in the course of the week. You are welcome once again. I am Toyin Battery. We'll go on a break. News Diary returns with the news of the day. Please stay with us. The United Nations World Food Programme has warned that no fewer than 55 million people across West and Central Africa are expected to face crisis levels of hunger or worse during the June to August 2026 lean season unless urgent funding and humanitarian action are mobilized. The warning was contained in a statement published on its website as the agency projected that more than 13 million children across the region would suffer acute malnutrition in 2026. The UN agency said the worsening food insecurity driven by conflict, displacement, and deepening aid cuts has placed Nigeria among the four most affected countries alongside Chad, Cameroon, and Niger, which together account for 77% of the region's food insecure population. In Nigeria, the WFP raised alarm over about 15 15,000 people in Borno State who are now at risk of catastrophic hunger, known as IPC Phase 5, for the first time in nearly a decade amid prolonged insurgency and shrinking humanitarian support. The body of late Assistant Director of Marketing, Nigerian Television Authority, Nta Akure, Beatrice Jolayemi, has been laid to rest at her country home in Ididi, Ilorin State, amid tributes from family, colleagues, and well-wishers. Aisha Abubakar Yaya reports.
The burial rites for the repose of the soul of late Assistant Director Marketing, Nta Akure, Princess Beatrice Tola Jolayemi, began with a wake-up service held at the Evangelical Church Winning Hall, Kulende, Ilorin, where Reverend Emmanuel Atua encouraged all to be prepared for death, an inevitable end of all mortal. He described late Beatrice Jolayemi as God-fearing and one who is committed to the upliftment of God's kingdom. Bible reading, testimonies, and special choir rendition characterized the wake-up service. The body of late Beatrice Jolayemi was thereafter taken to her hometown, Ididi, first to the ancestral home before being taken to Ekwa Church, Ididi Cemetery, where Reverend Emmanuel Atua and other men of God committed her to the Mother Earth. At the Thanksgiving service, Reverend David Boyede noted that it has been appointed for a man to die once, stressing that all men will have a taste of death, either young or old. He called on all to shun sinful acts, saying no unclean hand will be with God. The man of God described the deceased as a committed child of God, a family builder, and one who wanted the best for those around her, urging all to emulate her good deeds. The service featured testimonies, choir rendition, special prayer for the family, and a Thanksgiving session. For Dapo Jolayemi, son of the deceased, the demise of his mother has created a big vacuum which will be very difficult to fill.
I would describe my mom as the shield I have since I've been alive, the ultimate protection I've ever had in my life. When everything goes right, I call her first.
Aside from being a mother, she's an advisor, she's a counselor.
She's a strong woman. She's our shield. She was there for us even in trying times.
I'll miss her a lot because she has always been there for me whenever no one else is there.
It's everything for me. I said everything. Since now, I don't even get myself. I'm just trying.
She was a very hardworking woman. This has been attested to. Her love, her effort, her boldness.
Nta Akure will seriously miss Mrs. Jolayemi because of her activities. She's a mother to almost all of us in the station.
She's a mother. Even she sees everybody around her as a relative family.
She's a very diligent woman, very hardworking. She's a mother indeed.
Late Princess Beatrice Tola Jolayemi, until her death, was the Assistant Director Marketing at the Nigerian Television Authority, Akure. She was aged 59. Aisha Abubakar Yahaya, NTA News.
This is the News Diary. We'll go on another break. It continues shortly. Now to some of the reports that made headlines in the course of the week. 100 widows of fallen heroes military personnel were during the week empowered by the Ondo State government with interest-free loans to support their livelihoods and cater for their dependents. Abiola Ariyo reports that the empowerment was during the wreath-laying ceremony to commemorate the 2026 Armed Forces Remembrance Day in Akure.
This day was initially marked on 11.
The event, which climaxed the 2026 Armed Forces Celebration and Remembrance Day activities, provided an opportunity to honor both fallen and living heroes. Ondo State Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa, alongside the brigade commander, 32 Artillery Brigade Brigadier General Justin Ifeanyi, and other dignitaries performed the traditional wreath-laying ceremony. Reflecting on the sacrifices made by both fallen and serving personnel for the peace and unity of the nation, Governor Ayedatiwa reaffirmed the commitment of governments to strengthening security across the state.
The sum of 50 million naira only has been approved and released this year to accommodate more than the number that we considered last year. We have increased the loan from 200,000 to between 450,000 and 500,000 per beneficiary.
I want to appeal to them to use this for business, to be enterprising, to be innovative, so that the money gotten can also, be multiplied.
Highlight of the ceremony was the presentation of support to widows of fallen heroes, underscoring government's resolve to prioritize the welfare of the families left behind. The event also featured the release of balloons symbolizing peace, unity, and national cohesion. In Akure, Abiola Ariyo, Nta News.
Ondo State Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa during the week extended the hand of fellowship to special children in Akure and its environs as part of activities to mark his 61st birthday, which was held during the week. The event was organized by the Committee of Friends of the Governor, distributed essential items to the special children as a demonstration of compassion and commitment to inclusive governance. Abiola Ariyo again reports.
The team visited Christ Orphanage Home, Bele in Ondo Town, the Ondo State School for the Hearing Impaired, Akure, and the Ondo State Children and Motherless Babies Home, where foodstuffs, cash and other essential materials were donated to support the children and their caregivers.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Congratulations.
Performing the ceremony on behalf of the Committee of Friends, the Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development, Dr. Sheun Osamaye, said the gesture was aimed at showing love, compassion, and care for the less privileged, in line with the kind-hearted and people-oriented nature of Governor Ayedatiwa. She encouraged the children to remain hopeful and assured them that they are valued members of society.
The celebration being done is not just for privileged individuals, but also for the less privileged, so that we can also identify with them. And that's what we've done, bringing cakes to these different locations so that they too can feel the joy that is being radiated across the state.
We have been in many orphanage homes, the rehabilitation area center. We have been in the school of the deaf and dumb and all the rest, and we have been celebrating him, giving gifts.
Beneficiaries expressed deep appreciation to the Committee of Friends and Governor Ayedatiwa for remembering the children during their personal celebration.
We really appreciate what our governor and the friends of the Committee of Friends of Governor are doing. We have never seen this before, and it really thrilled every one of us.
Thank the governor
for giving us our feeding plants in months. There's a lot of work to do with it in Jesus' name.
The initiative underscores the governor's concern for the welfare of vulnerable members of the society and his belief in sharing joy with those in need. In Akure, Abiola Ario, Nta News.
Ondo State government during the week rewarded about 100 poultry farmers in Ishuada, or local government area of the state, who participated in its one-day-old chicks program, popularly called Adiye Initiative. Ondo State Agri-Business Empowerment Center, the facilitator of the initiative, said the aim was geared towards ensuring youth empowerment and food security in the state. These farmers, comprising the trainers and the trainees, were engaged by the Ondo State government through the Ondo State Agri-Business Empowerment Center, OSAC, in a 6-week exercise of rearing old-day chicks to become full-grown chickens, of which attracts rewards upon completion. Presenting the rewards to them at the Ishuada Agri-Business Village, the Senior Special Assistant on Agri-Business to the Ondo State Governor, Rotimi Akinshola, noted that the farmers are the first set to be rewarded in the Northern Central District, commending the time and efforts invested in the project, as he described the initiative as a way of making the farmers independent. Akinshola urged them to replicate the knowledge and experience garnered in building their own poultry businesses, which, according to him, by extension, will contribute to the economic potential of the state.
The whole idea is for us to be able to boost our protein and also to boost our poultry level. So Mr. Governor see the youths to actually take this mantle on, which, early training, so we can actually get the youth involved. So the idea of Adiye is to do a youth program where the youth will learn and also be able to grow and set up their own business.
The farmers say the initiative has molded them to be independent.
I'm one of the people that train up the youth. So, at the end of the program, the government promised and they fulfilled the promise that
the impact on me as a lead farmer, it has really improved me in terms of agriculture, and I had enough knowledge.
What I get is this: that I get the experience because I personally never have an experience of this program before.
The Adiye initiative, according to the Ondo State Agri-Business Empowerment Center, is an ongoing project which is expected to touch every central district of the state. From issue, the PBAT Mandate Elders Forum, in the course of the week, continued its free medical healthcare outreach aimed at promoting both physical and mental well-being of senior citizens in the state. The program, according to the forum, was also geared towards the reelection of President Bola Tinubu in the 2027 general elections. Abud Karim Ahmed reports.
The facilitator of the free medical healthcare outreach, Demola Ijabi, explained that the outreach is designed to enable the elderly persons know their health status early, noting that beneficiaries were screened for diabetes, hypertension, and prostate-specific antigen, while those diagnosed were provided with free medications. Ijabi further revealed that participants were also educated on ways to improve and strengthen their mental health as part of the holistic care approach.
We know that health is wealth. We found out some of our elders need some attention. So we decided to introduce this healthcare program. For every case that we know that is serious or potentially serious, we have medication, preventive and curative. So today we are giving them medication also.
My advice, as I always tell them, is to stay active, physically active, eat well, eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, exercise. I say astro is not exercise. The one they do deliberately is the one we prefer. And they should not forget social gatherings. It helps them. Isolation is not good. Social isolation is not good for them. Because when they come out, they talk and then they are happy. They live longer.
Beneficiaries of the outreach expressed gratitude to the PBAT Mandate Elders Forum for the gesture, describing it as timely and impactful. They also reaffirmed their support and commitment to the re-election of President Bola Tinubu.
It's really good because this is about the third time these health people are coming. In fact, a woman was here. She never knew she was hypertensive. She was told, yeah. And she thanked God that she came. I'll tell you, you can see how the place is full. And that has been the situation every time they come. So we say thank you to God. We say thank you to BTO.
If you look at what is happening here today, I'm so happy because many of our elders are happy. They are checking their blood pressure. They are making sure that they are okay.
The organizers say the outreach will continue as part of ongoing efforts to place the health and well-being of the elderly at the forefront of community care. In Akure, Abdulkarim Ahmed, NTA News.
You are still watching News Diary and you are still on some of the reports that made headlines in the course of the week. The federal government's move to introduce usable textbooks in public schools during the week elicited reactions from Nigerians. In Akure, Ondo State, Abiola Ariyo went out to feel the pulse of stakeholders on the impact of the policy in the nation's educational system.
The new policy direction by the federal government is part of broader reforms to reposition Nigeria's education sector, easing the financial burden on families who are improving learning nationwide. Some stakeholders who spoke with NTA News welcomed the move, stating that reusable textbook policy could ease the cost of education while also promoting better access to quality learning.
This idea will equally help the parent in terms of the finances. Buying textbooks, different textbooks every year, so the parent will be able to have a little money on their hands. It's a good idea.
If we are using maybe textbooks for 5 years because of the economic issue or the advantage to the parents, it will not be the best because there is new research, there are new innovations and new technologies that ought to be reviewed or revised.
Others say there must be proper monitoring as schools need clear guidelines on how the books will be issued, collected and maintained at the end of each academic session.
Since the policy has now been introduced, the old textbook can be reused. I think the students should now take it as a responsibility to guide jealously their textbooks so that their younger ones can make use of it.
I think there should be a collaboration with schools and even publishers too, as to what they should do, so as not to make research, work on making a textbook to be available, then finding it out that those textbooks will not be purchased as much as they are expected, despite putting work and investment in place according to the directive of the curriculum that the government subscribed to or told them to implement to make those textbooks. So those are the things that the government should consider.
With many Nigerians applauding the policy as a cost-saving measure, respondents say effective implementation and monitoring will determine its overall success in the education sector. In Akure, Abiola Ariyo, NTA News.
The need for biochemists in the country to set up companies that will help in producing enzymes towards revolutionizing progress in their discipline and industries was during the week emphasized. A professor of enzymology and biophysical chemistry at the Federal University of Technology, Akure Futa, Professor Ayodele Kolawole, stated this while delivering the 190th edition of the institution's inaugural lecture held in Akure. The report. The inaugural lecture, titled Exquisiteness of Enzymes is Economics in the Entrepreneurial Ecosystem, concluded that enzymes play pivotal roles in ensuring food security, advancing healthcare, and driving innovation and development. Professor Oluseyi Kolawole stressed that as research continues to open new frontiers, enzymes will remain at the forefront of innovation across various fields. However, he noted that without a deep understanding of the underlying dynamics, a supportive entrepreneurial ecosystem that optimizes creativity, and a firm grasp of transaction economics, eximologist risk underutilizing enzymes, and overlooking significant opportunities for innovation and growth.
They have a role to play in building up companies, like in the enzyme purification strategies, the enzyme purification, at least in the period of developing the anti-diabetic insulin, not only insulin, antivenom protein. We can develop all those things. So those are the things. Like when we are importing the antivenom from other countries, we can produce ourselves here. All we need is enzymologists to help us to prepare all those things.
The Deputy Vice Chancellor Development, Professor Sunday Oluyamo, alongside some participants, described the lecture as a catalyst for all-round development.
It's a very wonderful lecture, well delivered, quite explicit.
Contribution to the economy, to humanity is what we have come to witness here today.
The 190th inaugural lecture is the 8th in the series organized by the Biochemistry Department of the Federal University of Technology, Akure. And lastly, on News Diary tonight, experts during the week warned against the rising cases of alcohol underage consumption, as they noted that the menace poses significant risks to the health, development, and future prospects of young people, with broader implications for society at large. They spoke with Eileen Ndubuse in Akure.
Alcohol consumption, once mainly associated with adults, is increasingly becoming common among underage youths. Research shows that in some neighborhoods, teenagers have easy access to alcohol, often without proper age verification by vendors.
Some parents do drink or do send their child to buy alcohol for them. So due to that, they will be influenced or pushed to taste from it, or sometimes buy, due to the fact that they already know where they sell it or they are exposed to it already. So we also have the ones that they sell in sachet, that these children have access to very easily, that they can just, with little change, they can get there and buy it and they drink it, and it's very toxic to them.
People even hustle, like they hustle for money and just find all means, because I've seen a lot of young guys that work for us where we work, and after they stress themselves working, they will use the money to go and buy alcohol. And when you ask them, why are you taking this, they say it makes them feel high in her life.
Stakeholders warn that unchecked alcohol use at an early age can result in long-term health, social, and behavioral challenges.
For an underage to be taking an alcohol is an aberration. It's totally unacceptable in the society, and it should be curbed. It's like abusing drug by underage. We have many agencies that normally come here to educate the students. Apart from teaching them academically, we also teach them too morally.
Individual home has a lot of work to do in terms of their parents have something to do. They are checking them. They are still teenagers. They should not be prone to some societal clubbing in form of going to club, meeting their friends. They could be influenced. Let them know that this alcohol can cause a lot of damage to their health and even to their future. And anyone that involved in this is even punishable under the law.
Amid rising concerns, experts are also calling for coordinated action by parents, schools, communities, and government authorities to protect the future of the nation's youth. In Akure, Helen Ndobuisi, NTA News.
And that's News Diary tonight. We thank you for watching. Good evening.
It's a place very close to you, a place easily accessible in a serene